Folks, why do you need property condition disclosures? Every time we see a new property, we're seeing different changes in how different people are evaluating homes. But one of the key factors we're seeing in the market is that we are seeing as many as 50% of contracts falling out. Why? Because some of the information that they're locating, finding, discovering during their due diligence period is end up making them get cold feet, get in a place where they don't feel comfortable with the home, and they're canceling the contract. So folks, for you to net the most amount of money, get the most opportunity, I want to give you the opportunity to consider why sellers disclosures need to be done and how you should do them so that you can be successful in them. Folks, sellers disclosures, according to the Utah State guidelines, it states the following on your seller disclosure form, and it says the following. The seller is obligated under law, regardless of occupancy, to disclose to buyer defects in the property and facts known to the seller that materially and adverse affect the use and the value of the property that cannot be discovered by a reasonable inspection or by an ordinary prudent buyer. So folks, when we're considering our properties, just know that we need to disclose really the following details: material facts about the property, any really environmental issues that we should be aware of, and we want to make sure how we remedied them and what was the solution. Folks, we just recently had a property, actually several properties, but one specifically where the property had a expansion tank leak on their water heater. That expansion tank leak ended up leaking into the property. Essentially, we had the property physically on the market while it was happening. The property was vacant, the folks were out of town, and we ended up having a leak that needed to be remediated. It ended up being $30,000 later, an issue that we ended up having to remediate. We ended up having to fix, and we had to take it off the market, put it back on. Well, folks, that was something where we needed to update our disclosure forms because now we had a new material fact that we had introduced. We had a seller disclosure form that told us what the property was, defects in the property, any material facts, anything that we knew that was essentially just like defects in the property that we had made aware of, and then we had to update them. Folks, this is the thing I want you to consider. As an agent, my job is to protect the public. My job is to protect my client. And by disclosing, and sometimes over disclosing, it not only protects you, but it also protects the public. How does it do this? When you disclose all of the facts, you have nothing that you are not disclosing to them. There is nothing that you are hiding. There's nothing that you are essentially secretly trying to show that something that would affect the value of the property is being diminished. In fact, what you're doing is it's basically opening the gates, opening up the curtain so that they can see everything that it is to properly evaluate it. With that, decide what inspections are necessary that they will pay for in order to move the deal forward and move it down the pipeline. So when you fill out the seller's disclosures, when you're getting the information on it, be very thorough. Make sure people understand exactly what happened, why it's important. As you're doing those things, that you are making sure that you're being very thorough in the explanation so people understand the steps. And finally, if you have receipts, if you have documentation, if you have warranties that you can provide, that really helps people understand how you remediated it, how you took care of issues, was it done professionally, does it have a warranty so that they're going to be safe in buying it in the future, and is there anything they need to consider before they end up doing that due diligence time frame as they're trying to purchase your home. Folks, I know if you disclose these details, sometimes people feel like, I don't want to tell them that. It might devalue my property. Truth is, you don't disclose it. You're putting yourself at more risk. You could essentially be liable, and you would be liable because you're essentially committing what we would refer to, and it sounds like a dirty word, fraud, because you're not disclosing the facts and you're hiding information, and we are required to disclose the facts. Folks, once you do these things, I promise you, the more thorough we are, we actually have more deals that close. We end up getting more money for the property because those people understand the value and the time you have put into that property, especially when providing receipts and information. And at that point, it helps you move it forward. Anyway, folks, if you need anything, looking to put your home on the market, looking to know what you should disclose, which is everything, or need help in evaluating whether it be your home or investment properties, please let us know. We're here to help you out. Look forward to serving you. Thanks.